Hi. So let's begin with absolute values. We have seen inequalities. Now, the definition of absolute values and representation is what we'll see. Absolute value of a number describes how far that number is from zero on a number line. So absolute value, what is it describe? It describes the distance. It tells us how far that number is from zero on a number line, and is represented by two vertical lines like this. Okay, the absolute value of 4 is represented by this, which is equal to 4. So what are we saying? How far is 4 from the 0? Okay, how far is 4 from the 0 on the number line? 4 units, right? The distance is 4 units. That's exactly what absolute value describes. Similarly, how far is negative 4 from the 0? Will you say negative 4 units? No, right? You will never say the distance can never be negative. We'll always say even negative 4 is 4 units from the 0, or 4 is also 4 units from the 0. So that's why absolute value of negative 4 is also positive 4. So whenever there is a positive or negative constant number inside a absolute value, that will always be positive. Okay, I'm only talking about constant numbers here. This might vary for variables. Okay, that we'll see later. But for now, you remember this. Absolute value of any constant, be it positive or negative, is always positive because it's the distance. Now, more generalized way of describing mod is, let's say if we're saying A minus B, this implies distance of point A from point B on a number line, right? So distance of the first constant, point A from point B on a number line. So it will make more sense when I say mod of 4. So absolute values is also called modulus. So I might be using absolute value or modulus, both are same. Okay, absolute value of 4 is nothing but, I can write something like this. If you see, this is the hidden meaning of absolute value of 4. It's absolute value of 4 minus 0, distance of 0.4 from 0 on a number line. Similarly, mod of minus 4 is absolute value of minus 4 minus 0. If nothing is there, the distance you will take is from 0. Unlike in this example, they have clearly said what is the distance of 3 from 8. Okay, there is a minus sign. Remember, the distance of 3 from 8 on a number line. So the distance between 3 and 8 is 5 units, right? From 8, how far is 3? Right? 8 minus 3, which is 5 units. So that is how you will say mod of negative 5 is also positive 5. So I hope this has some clarity right now. And how do we solve, okay, modulus or the absolute values of variables? This is the only thing you'll need to remember to solve any absolute values questions. You will replace that absolute value with a plus minus sign. Okay, replace mod with a plus minus sign. Now, when we are saying replace the mod or the absolute values, you will not replace just the x and leave everything else. No, that is wrong. You have to apply plus minus to the entirety. So that's why you introduce a parenthesis. Remember, I see students making mistakes over here. You'll need to apply plus minus to the entirety. Now you take plus ones and you take negative, right? Two cases will be there. If it is positive, x minus 5 is 4, you get x is 9. If it is negative, you multiply with negative first. Negative x plus 5 is 4. Then 5 goes to the other side. Negative x is negative 1. Negative gets cancelled. X is 1. For people who are not comfortable with inequalities or modulus, especially the modulus, once you found the values, you can always substitute and check if it is satisfying the given equation. Check for LHS equal to RHS. Left hand side and right hand side both have to be same. Rather, I'll suggest this for everyone, right? So if I substitute x is 9, mod of 9 minus 5 is 4, mod of 4 is 4, and this is 4, right? So this is true, so x is equal to 9 satisfies. Same, try substituting for 1 and check. X minus 5, which is 1 minus 5 is 4, 1 minus 5 is negative 4, absolute values of negative 4 is positive 4, and this satisfies. So okay, in higher level questions, some values does not satisfy. So this is a suggestion from my end. Do substitute if you want to be 100% sure. Now we can solve one more question on this. So there is constant here and constant there. So first step is you take all the constants to one side before applying this. So 20 goes to the other side, becomes negative. So what we have in hand is mod of 2x minus 1 is 7. Now what we'll do, we'll replace this mod with a plus minus sign. Right, so you get two cases, plus and minus. When it's positive, nothing changes. And this is negative. So we'll solve for positive ones, add 1 or take 1 to the other side. It will become 7 plus 1, divide by 2, x will be 4. Similarly, you can check here itself, right? When x is 4, 2 times, you can check in this. 4 minus 1 is equal to 7. 8 minus 1, absolute value of 7, which is 7. This satisfies. So x is equal to 4 is a solution. Now, to the second case, you multiply everything first. Take 1, subtract 6, divide by negative 2. You get negative 3. Try and substitute. When x is negative 3, 2x minus 1 is 7. This is negative 6, negative 1 is 7. So inside the modulus, you get a negative 7, which is positive 7. This satisfies. Hence, x equal to negative 3 is also a solution. So this is how you can easily solve. Now, what if instead of an equal to sign, you have an inequality? So this is a combination of modulus or absolute values and inequalities. Good news, nothing changes. Exactly do the same thing, right? So you replace mod with a plus minus sign and take two cases, plus and minus. Nothing changes in positive. So we'll solve this first. 2 goes to the other side, becomes 7. Now how do we check? Take any value. I would take x equal to 6 and plug in and check. Mod of x minus 2 is less than 5. Mod of 4 is less than 5. This is true, so this holds true. For negative, negative x plus 2 is less than 5. Negative x is less than 3. Now I'll divide by negative 1. What happens when you divide by negative to an inequality? The inequality reverses. We have seen this. The x is greater than negative 3. So let me take some value to try. Probably x is equal to 0, right? Anything greater than negative 3, let me take as 0. Mod of 0 minus 2 is less than 5. So this will be 2 less than 5. This satisfies, so this is true. So the solution is either x is greater than -3 or x is less than 7. You can all pause this video and try this question. It's exactly the same way. There's an equal to sign, plus, minus, -1 goes to the other side. Divide by 3, no change. X greater than or equal to 2, let me take x as 3 and check. 3x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3. 9 minus 1, 8. Yes, this is true. This satisfies. When it is negative, we'll multiply with negative. Step 1. -3x, 1 goes to the other side, becomes 4. Divide by -3, reverse. Or x is less than or equal to -4 by 3. X is less than -4 by 3. So let me take x as probably -5, -6, anything. 3x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 5. So -15 and -1 is -16. Inside a modulus, which becomes +16. This satisfies, so this is true. So how do we write the solution? The solution is x is less than or equal to -4 by 3 or x is greater than or equal to 2. So this is how you can solve most of the inequalities or absolute values questions. I hope this is clear and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.